let's check out what's going on here in the shop. If you recall, the Model T was all done for the welding. Mike did a beautiful job on it. So the owner has decided he just wants us to quickly sand it, scuff it, like get the surface rust off it, and just give it a light skim coat of body filler, sand it, knock it down, and get some of the, you know, where the welds are, kind of covered up a little bit there. But he doesn't want it to be perfect. So it's not going to leave here as straight as an aero car. It's going to leave here as just a nice clean little driver. But anyway, here she is all bolted together. Door's off it. Obviously Sean took the door. He's working on the body, but look at that. Steering's in it, brake pedal's in it. Looking good. So really, he wants to put it in satin black, put the body back on, mount a gas pedal in there, run some wiring, put a seat in it, and away you go. Drive that sucker. You're on the road with a nice steel Model T. Looking pretty good. What we're going to do on the inside here is we're just going to texture spray it. It's all going to be covered with upholstery. So, like I say, this guy's doing a low budget build. This is a low budget hot rod, rat rod, whatever you want to call it, kind of build. I hate the word rat rod. I prefer just, you know, I don't know, just prefer hot rod overall. But anyway, so we'll just texture spray it in here. That way there we don't have to waste a lot of time getting too carried away with it. It'll cover up the welds nicely and help if there's any little pinholes there. That shit works good. So that is what is going on there with the little T bucket. Okay, now we're still waiting on parts for the 53 Chevy panel. As you all know, if you don't know, if you look up where I'm located, I'm out in the Sumas Flats out there. That's where you're seeing all over the news, all the flooding. Well, I'm right there. I'm right there, but it hasn't well, you can see I'm not flooded. I'm dry. But if you were to go down there, you see that mountain? That mountain right there that's so close? If you go down to the end of my road, and then you go down you drive down to the end of my road, which is honestly 10 seconds, then you go down the road maybe a minute, that's where the water is. That's how close it is. So, I've been lucky. The Mustang. The Mustang has got the dash all painted. So we're going to start putting the dash back together, get the wipers in it, get the heater in it, get the column in it. The column is right here. It's all painted up. Again, we're waiting on the wiring harness, so who knows when that's going to be here, but we can still start bolting things in. Engine and tranny can go in now. Firewall is all painted. All the inner fenders, here, we'll give it a little, have been painted. Nice satin black. This is the original color for this Mustang. They actually call it candy apple red. Look it up. So that's it there. So it's looking very, very good. Now this here, Sean paints this, and the reason he paints this is going to get repainted. So let me explain this to you. He's painting the dash, and he's painting down below here. He sprays all this at the same time because sometimes if you mask all this off, you'll get a hard tape line there, and then you go and sand it. It's hard to get rid of that tape line, you know, where the buildup of the paint is. So it's easier just to let the paint lie on here. Then what we'll do is later, when the car goes for paint, obviously all the inside will be masked, and from here down will be masked. All you do here is just give this a light scuff with 600, and you just give it another coat of paint right over top. It just makes it a little easier. So what's going on? It's all been, see this? I got all the raptoring done inside, which I showed you in the last video. That's all done. So now we can start to bolt this car together. So what will happen with this car this week is we'll get all the brakes up and on it, the wiper motor in, the steering column in, the engine, the tranny, that kind of stuff in. Hopefully we'll get a dry shaft in there. We'll get the fuel tank. We'll get the fuel tank cleaned and flushed and get that in, run all the gas lines. And as soon as the wiring kit comes, we'll get the wiring in. And then we can start this sucker up and run it. Then we take it down, get exhaust, get a wheel alignment on it. And then we can finish bolting the body together and then paint the outside. So it's still a little ways off. This car's not going to leave here to probably January, you know. Because don't forget, you got a lot of holidays and shit going on with Christmas when it comes up. But, yeah, at least she's got some paint on her. She's looking good. Now for all you guys out there that are looking for Christmas gifts, because I know it's hard to get, don't forget, if you go to my website, oldtimegarage.ca, I still got lots of t-shirts, I got lots of toques out there, I got keychains now, I got lots of decals or decals, however you want to say it. All that stuff is out there. It's still there. Okay, so put your orders in, we've got it. Big Red, actually let's take a look at Big Red. Big Red, I haven't gotten to it too much because of all this rain and flooding, but what I did manage to do was I got the battery box in, battery tray, I got the battery in it and I fired her up and she's up and running now. She moves under her own power. Got all the wiring tight, nicely all tucked away there, as you can see, and I got the lower grill valance in, and I got the chromes on it. So I just got the headlight doors to clean up over there and put the headlights in, and I painted up the grill. I did the grill up really nice back to its original like silver looking color that it would have came. I sprayed that up. So it looks really nice. So Big Red is coming along. So I'm hoping now the weather maybe gives us a bit of a break and clears up for a bit, and then I can get Big Red done and finished within the next week or two. I know for sure I am painting the hood this week. This week the hood's getting painted and the hood's going on, so that's a good thing. So again, remember, look at, I know it's hard to see through the glass cabinet, but lots of t-shirts and decals in here, and toques. Do not look at the car parts down below. They're not for sale. Don't ask. Anyway, okay. Hey, it's always a good time at Old Time. We'll see you next time. Hell yeah!